it's time for the main event, the Lethal Lockdown. Two entrants will begin the matchup. Every 2 minutes, an additional wrestler will make his way in to the 6 sides of steel. Once all combatants from both teams are in the ring, at that point, pinfalls or submission will determine the victors. Weapons will be legal the entire duration of this bout. Now, introducing the first entrant.
The head on JB now.
Representing
Get the haircut.
the Beatdown Clan, he is Kenny King.
So Kenny King, this is very telling because with the BDC having the first member in this match in Lethal Lockdown, they will gain the early advantage 2-on-1 2 minutes into this match.
Yeah, that's a big problem. That's what you don't want, right? You don't want that if you're part of Team Angle. You don't want them to have that event. Who's on Team Angle? Besides Gunner, who's injured. Besides a double. Lashley seems like he wants nothing to do with it. Who's he got?
This may end up being a 4-on-3 match with the numbers advantage belonging to the BDC.
Entrant number 2, representing Team Angle, this is Gunner.
So Lethal Lockdown does not officially begin until all 7 participants of this match have entered the ring. If you're Gunner, you got to get off to a quick start. What's the status of Gunner's arm? Lethal Lockdown right after this. Welcome back to Friday Night Impact. This our main event on what has been an incredible night. Lethal Lockdown from the BDC, Kenny King. From Team Angle, Gunner, who was injured earlier in the night, an orchestrated attack by the BDC.
And you see Kenny King going after the target on the arm of Gunner, going right after that arm. Mark of a true pro in Kenny King. That's what you want to and need to do.
The rules of Lethal Lockdown, anything goes. You win by pinfall or submission, but that can't occur until all 7 participants have entered the ring.
Yep. Well, Kenny King. Oh!
Tremendous counter there by Gunner, fighting through perhaps whatever pain Gunner may be dealing with.
Who knows what's going on? You can have a torn bicep. You can have a slight tear in the bicep. Well, that nightstick looked like it fell off. One of the weapons fell off the cage.
That's all legal.
Boom!
Remember what Kurt Angle told Gunner. You have all the potential in the world. I want to see some rage in you. I want to see some fury in you. And we're seeing that here in Gunner. The perseverance and determination in Gunner.
Well, Mr. Intensity Gunner never has a problem with rage, in my opinion.
And Kenny King now of the BDC.
Getting choked out with that nightstick. It's all legal, right across the esophagus.
Remember, the next member of this matchup will be from the BDC, so Gunner has to do everything he can to try to take out Kenny King early.
Yeah, because he's not only going to be outnumbered, but he's injured. He's not 100%, meaning Gunner.
And once we do get all 7 participants in this match, Team Angle will still
The next
be at a
entrant
disadvantage.
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We know it's someone from the BDC.
Representing the Beatdown Clan from Brooklyn, New York, Low Key.
This is a game changer for sure.
Good job by Gunner. Shutting down right away, low key.
Is there a strategy here if you're Gunner?
Well, you got to try. Watch out. Oh! I would try to keep my back towards one of those corners, out of the 6 corners, so neither of these 2 men could jump you from behind. Oh, but it's easier said than done right now because the pain his arm is in, the violence with these weapons by the beatdown clan.
I think Gunner was trying to do exactly what you were talking about. Instead, though, Kenny King and Low Ki positioned themselves right between Gunner.
Talk about getting all the pressure with your foot. Damn near a split by Low Ki. Foot on face.
Low Ki and Kenny King here with a 2-on-1 advantage for the BDC.
Nice shot right there by Low Ki.
Low Ki, the current and reigning X Division champion, came in last week at number 4 on the Impact Top 5. A victory here for the BDC might see Low Ki move up a little bit in tomorrow's brand new Impact Top 5 on Impact Wrestling Unlocked right here on Destination America at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Some shots right there by Low Ki with those round kicks, and good job. Strange cat is this Low Ki, man. Focused.
The next entrance in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This has got to be Kurt Angle.
Or Austin Aries.
Representing Team Angle, Austin Aries.
And here comes Aries to even things up at 2 apiece for the BDC and Team Angle.
Oh, nice. Out of leg sweep. Osoda Gary. Pendulum-like elbow by the former world heavyweight champ, the man who still has that briefcase. Oh, with a world title opportunity in it. Austin Aries cooking on all those proverbial cylinders.
Yeah, Aries came in and hit about 7 moves on Kenny King and Low Ki. And perhaps Team Angle will have a slight advantage.
What does Aries have in mind with Gunner? Kenny King's in a bad way.
Oh! Austin Aries and Gunner building momentum for Team Angle.
Oh, man. Well, it's a level playing field, as they say. 2-on-2 situation. Team Angle, Aries and Gunner gotta keep the pressure on, because they're not gonna have the advantage for much longer.
It was Austin Aries who stepped up and said, Kurt, put me on your team. I want to be on Team Angle. I want to help rid Impact Wrestling of the BDC.
Oh, the old tennis racket routine, huh? Straight out of Louisville with that. Tennis racket did some damage, you know. See, Gunner just got chock full of intensity as Gunner. The man's not 100%. He's still out here battling. Austin Aries within reach of a
the next
steel chair.
entrance in 5, 4, 3,
and Aries with the missile drop
1.
kick.
Representing the beatdown clan, Samoa Joe.
Oh, I was just about to say the momentum going to swing back in favor of the BDC. And there it is with Samoa Joe's presence.
Look at Joe with that clothesline on Gunner. Completely take the man off his feet. Watch the feet. Oh, the feet. Look at that. Athleticism by the big man.
And Samoa Joe turning Austin Aries inside out. Again, pinfalls or submissions cannot occur until everyone has entered lethal lockdown. Oh! Aries got caught there by Joe. Gunner suffered the same fate.
You can see that violent whack with that trash can lid. About a violent whack with a trash can lid. There was another one. The beatdown clan doing what they do. Beating dudes down. The BDC in full effect. Almost in full effect.
Situation like this where anything goes. There you see Low Ki trying to further injure the arm of Gunner. 2-on-1 on Gunner. Kenny King has secured Austin Aries And the BDC have all the momentum.
We got to assume the last member of Team Angle coming out. They only got 3 as far as we know. Is Kurt Angle, so you got to figure Kurt's the next guy coming out with a hockey stick.
Kurt Angle has got to be chomping at the bit to get in this match.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Representing Team Angle, Kurt Angle.
And here he comes, Kurt Angle. Samoa Joe was waiting though.
Yeah, slashing. 2 minutes. Ooh.
Angle counters with a German suplex. Kenny King misses wildly. Nice takedown by Angle.
Kurt Angle just pounded down on Kenny King.
So it's 3-on-3 right now. All we know is that there's no one left for Team Angle. MVP still awaits for the BDC. What a night it's been here on Friday Night Impact. One of the biggest nights of the year. Lockdown. Ending with lethal lockdown.
Complimentary right here on Destination America. From your friends at Impact Wrestling and Destination America. But right now there's no friends in that ring, that's for sure. Oh, I should say that's 6 sides of steel.
And Gunner with a stick in hand to the shoulder there of Samoa Joe. And it grazed the head, hit the shoulder of Joe's down.
Well, there was nothing grazing about the stomp by Low-Key on Austin Aries.
Kenny King, you get the feel that as the pendulum swings back and forth in this match, but it always seems to go back to favor the BDC. You mentioned this environment is very BDC friendly.
Absolutely, this is what they're about. This is what the BDC is
The next
about.
entrance in 5,
Gotta be the boss.
4,
Gotta be the boss
3,
of the BDC.
2, 1.
And here comes MVP. The leader of the Beatdown Clan, and now everyone's in. Lethal Lockdown can now have a pinfall or submission. And MVP teeing off on Team Angle. First Austin Aries, then Gunner, and Kurt Angle with the German suplex. Lethal Lockdown heating up. Everybody's in. Who's gonna win? Find out next. This is our main event on Friday Night Impact. It is Lethal Lockdown. All the participants are in the ring. It's the BDC versus Team Angle. And the BDC has remained in control throughout much of Lethal Lockdown.
Yeah, that's just definitely bringing the violence with MVP leading the charge. Let's take a look here.
This is Low-Key with the stomp off a trash can. Gunner was trapped inside. Oh! The BDC is MVP on the far right. That's Samoa Joe here in the foreground. That's MVP. Low-Key on the left. Gunner, the recipient of what just went down.
And Kurt bringing the fight, even though his team's outnumbered. He's bringing it.
And again, you can only win by pinfall or submission. Team Angle is Kurt Angle, Austin Aries, and Gunner. A 3-on-4 disadvantage for Team Angle. What is the strategy, Taz, if you're Team Angle and you're down a man?
I don't know. You just got to just keep bringing the violence, but they can't. That 1 out extra man is killing them. Look at Joe here with that Singapore game. Kendo stick, whatever you want to call it. It's effective. With all bamboo wood slices you up.
Well, it'd be like playing a football game with 10 guys on defense. Somebody's always going to be open on offense.
not. On a heavily braced knee, that injured knee.
Remember what MVP said earlier, Kurt, your knee is basically held together by bubble gum and a paper clip.
Yes, and the thing is, Kurt Angle, that knee is heavily, the surgical bad knee, to MVP's point. MVP getting all cocky now. I don't blame him.
Oh, what a shot by Kenny King to Austin Aries.
They're just picking their spots, Josh, on Team Angle, on Austin Aries, Gunner, and Kurt Angle himself. Just picking their spots.
MVP talked earlier about how lethal lockdown could change or end your career.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, that's Lashley's music, and, well, that's Lashley, the World Heavyweight Champion. Well, what's he here for?
Lashley said he wanted nothing to do with Team Angle.
Maybe he's here to... his former friend, MVP to BDC, I don't know. But there's been a lot of heat between MVP and the World Champ, as we saw recently, right in the streets of New York City.
Anticipation building.
Oh, God, it's going to be 5-on-3 now? Oh, come on.
Lashley has chosen his path.
Oh, wait, not so fast. Not so fast.
Oh! What a clothesline. Down goes Joe. Violent slam to Kenny King.
Look at the power. Oh, my Lord. It's 4-on-4. Maybe now it's 1-on-4.
Lashley trying to take out the whole BDC, looking for the spear. Kenny King picked the ankle, and MVP in hot pursuit.
That was smart what Kenny King did. Like a being caught in a bear trap. Shot a single leg, maybe an ankle, held the man at bay while MVP teed off on him.
And now Lashley being choked out.
I'm very surprised to see Lashley come out here. Trying to do the right thing. Maybe Kurt Angle, obviously, Kurt Angle got through the brain and the head of Lashley.
Oh, what a boot there by Samoa Joe. You heard MVP yelling at Lashley, I made you. And Joe! Gunner's down. And Austin Aries breaks it up at 2. Remember, this match ends. First pinfall, first submission.
And you can just feel a sense of urgency amongst all 8 men here.
Low-key making sure to keep the World Heavyweight Champion down. Oh, Gunner down, courtesy of Kenny King. Kurt Angle, we don't know the status of what's going on with his knee on the other side of the ring.
Well, Samoa Joe ready to put somebody out. BDC, the beatdown player, looking good here.
I think a cover just happened. It's moot, though, because Gunner kicked out.
I call what I see on my monitor, sir.
And now...
Oh, doing buster, but Kurt Angle counted it.
He was going for the key crusher, and Angle's got the ankle lock.
And Aries has got the last chancery.
And, oh, a torture rack submission there by Gunner. Spear by Lashley. MVP down. The BDC down.
Oh!
Team Angle wins.
To the lethal lockdown, Team Angle.
Shocking turn of events. The guys in the white hat somehow pulled it off.
A thrilling conclusion to lethal lockdown.
Impromptu Lashley, the world champion, came out here, did the right thing. Angle must have got in his head. Without Lashley out here, you got to say Angle's team's not going to win.
No doubt about it, but Lashley didn't want to pick sides. Battle lines have been drawn here on Friday Night Impact. We thank you for joining us on one of the biggest nights of the year, Lockdown. What a night it's been right here on Destination America.
Next Friday on Impact.